Hello students. I think after the last class we studied what is the difference between short run and long run, and we started studying about the production theory. Under that we started doing about the short run production. So I think you all finished this table. If you finish this table, it would be appear like this. You can check the answers with you. So most probably you will get this average production by dividing total production by the number of variable factors, and marginal production will be obtained by change in total production divided by change in variable factors. So it is basically subtracting the previous one from the latter one. And I ask you to draw these three graphs: total product, average product, and marginal product in a graph sheet. So it would appear like this. Okay, here see now normally you can see this total production curve will rise like this, and after that බැහැවුම පොඩ්ඩක් අඩු වෙනවා. That means the slope will start to decrease, and then it will reach a maximum and start to fall. So you can see this is the part where the law of diminishing marginal return, as we discussed, will occur. Okay, here you can see the production is increasing. Then when you increase the inputs one by one, up to a certain point the output also will increase, but after some time the output will increase at a decreasing rate. That means if you are adding one more person, if one person's capacity is 10, then that added person will only contribute 9. That is the theory behind the diminishing marginal return. So here also if you see, initially the marginal product curve will rise, then it will fall. That means it shows that the additional production by the additional input is decreasing. Okay, and the average product curve will be like this. It will be rising and then falling. So if you see here, we can divide this graph into three stages. Okay, so if here see, I have divided like this. The point where the maximum of average product curve is there, that means this is the maximum point of average production. No, so that means average production is little by little it will be increasing, and it will reach a point, and then the average product is also decreasing. එක්කෙනෙක්ට average විදියට produce කරන එකත් decreasing. That means if you take the equation like this, AP is equal to TP divided by L. So if the denominator is increasing, then what is the, let's say total product is increasing by 10, but labor is increasing by 20, means this average production will start to decrease. Denominator එක වැඩි වෙන්න answer එක අඩු වෙනවා. Okay, so that is the thing happening after this point. Okay, then I have divided another part from the maximum of total product and total product. So I'm going to name this region as 1, region 2, and region 3. So now why we are studying this subject actually? So then අපි පාඩම් කරා, දැන් මේ production එකේ short run තියෙනවා, long run තියෙනවා. Short run එකේ මේ productions තියෙනවා. The law of diminishing marginal return. What is the theory behind this is, the practical reason for studying this is, the producer should know where to stop the production. Let's say where to stop the input. Let's say this is the maximum. Another thing you want to notice in this curve is the TP, that means the total product, when it reaches maximum, the marginal product will be 0. That is the point. Even if you add one more, there will be no additional production. Marginal product 0 means additional production is 0. That means even if you increase one more person, there will be no additional production. After that the additional production will be negative. That means negative production. දාන්න අඩු වෙනවා. Clear? Okay. So now what is the reason is, here see, now the let's say there's a owner, he is increasing labor one by one. Okay, now let's say this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10 11 12, like that he is increasing. Let's say he is having 15 labors. This point is 10 and this point is, let's say, 7. Okay, so if he is using 15 labors, it is advantage or disadvantage for him? It is actually disadvantage. Why? His additional production is also will be decreasing. His total production will also be decreasing. Okay, and the average production also being decreasing. Clear? Okay, now the main reason for this classification and identifying this subject is to find where to stop the labor input. Again, කොතනට වෙනකන්ද we can add the labor. After some time, even if we add labor, that will be not productive. Again, වැඩට කට්ටිය දාලත් වැඩක් නැහැ. Okay, so now we are going to region. So now here see, in this first region, okay, here see, the total production is increasing. Okay, when we increase the labor one by one, the output is also increasing. Okay, and here see, the average production is also increasing. That means per labor in output is also increasing. Okay, when you divide the total in production by the total number of input, that is also increasing when you add more and more. Okay, but let's ignore the marginal production curve. In this point, you can go up to this point 7 වෙනකම් යන්න පුළුවන්. Why? Even if you increase, that will be advantage for you. Clear? Okay, now going, that means in this region he can work, he can further increase. Again, make up section 1 is also good, because when he increase more and more, he is getting benefited from it. Okay, in the section 2, okay, if he is increasing, the total production is increasing, no? Okay, total production is still increasing. That means we can say this is also advantage for him. Why? Still the additional input given to the production is still giving a positive marginal product. That means if you add one more, that will අඩුම ගානේ එකක් හරි වැඩියෙන් produce වෙනවා. Okay, it is not negative. එකෙනෙක් දැම්මම එයාත් මොකක් හරි produce කරනවා. Okay, so that means this is also good to operate. Okay, if you go to the third region, this is not good. Here see, if he is increasing more than this, let's say more than 10 යනවා නම්, okay, total production is decreasing. Okay, then the marginal production, that means ඊට පස්සේ 11th එකන දානකොට එයාගේ production එක negative වෙනවා. That means he is not positively contributing. Clear? Okay, he is not positively contributing. So now what is going to happen is, this third region is not good. That means a producer will stop his input addition at this 10 point. That means after 10th labor, he will not add any labor. Clear? Okay, that means he can be in the region 1 until region 2 he can go. He can increase the labor up to 10. එතකොට මේක ඇනලයිස් කරලා producers ලාට decide කරන්න පුළුවන් කොච්චරක් labors අපිට ඕනද. Clear? So that is the main reason we are studying the production concept. Okay, so there is a capacity. Sometimes for one organization this may be 10, for another organization it may be 12 or 13. Okay, for some organization that limit may be 5. Okay, depending on their productivity of their labor. Okay, hari. Now next we are going to move to the long run. In long run, in short run we studied the theory is law of diminishing marginal return. Clear? What does it say? With fixed factors, when you are increasing more and more variable factors, initially the production will be increasing, then it will be start to increase at a decreasing rate. Clear? Okay, now in long run, there is a theory called return to scale. The main reason for the difference in theory is, in long run we don't have any fixed cost. All the factors are variable. That means we can change labor as well as capital. If we want, we can increase the capital also. Clear? So now in long run, the return to scale theory is a new theory which says that the relationship between the rate of input and rate of output. That means it says it's like this. Okay, here see, return to scale theory compares the relationship between the rate of input and rate of output. That means percentage increase in, okay, percentage increase in input, and it will compare percentage increase in, sorry, it will compare percentage increase in input to percentage increase in output. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, this is percentage increase in input. So there are three conditions. Sometimes if you increase input by 10%, okay, let's say 10% labor hari capital hari වැඩි කරනවා. Okay, if the output දැන් ඔයාගේ input එක 10% එකකින් වැඩි කරනකොට output එක 20% වැඩි වෙනවා නම්, think if you are increasing 10 more labors, okay, you are having 100 labors, now you are increasing 10 more labors, so 110. So with 100 labors you are producing 200 units, okay, but when you increase 10%, that means 110 යනකොට මේක 220 to 20% කීයද 40, that means 240 යනවා. That means percentage increase in labor is 10, but percentage increase in the output is 20%. Clear? That means the input is higher than the less, that means percentage increase in the output is higher than the percentage increase in the input. Okay, that shows your company is in a good position, that means you are having some benefit. Okay, so such condition is known as increasing return to scale. So that is here I explained. If the output increases at a rate more than the rate in which the input increases, then it is referred to as the return to scale. That means increasing return to scale. Clear? Okay, this can be occur in the other way also. How? When you increase the labor by 10%, the output is increasing by 5%. Okay, let's say 100 to 110, 200 to 201. Okay, so 0.05% or something is increasing by the output. Clear? So that shows decreasing return to scale. That means it is not good for the organization, something wrong within the organization. Even you increase the input, the output is decreasing. Okay, so if the output increases at a rate less than the rate in which input increases, then it is referred to as decreasing return to scale. Okay, so then the third condition, it shows that if the output increases at a rate equal to the rate of in which input is increased, that means both are increasing at a same rate, 10% increase in labor, 10% increase in output, 10% decrease in labor means 10% decrease in the output, that means it is equal, that means it says constant return to scale. Okay, so in long run the producer should think in which position he is working. So normally it's like this. If you see the curve, it will be like this, like upside curve. So at this up here it is increasing return to scale. That means when you increase the input, the output is also increasing. But here even you increase the output, the output is same. That shows you are at a constant level. Okay, and in later what is happening, you are increasing 10% means it is decreasing. That means per input out average output of a unit input is decreasing. That means it decreasing return to scale. So the producer should stop at the point where they are in the increasing return to scale, or sometimes they can go for constant return to scale if they are having some objectives such as reducing the unemployment better than they can be up to the position in the constant return to scale. But after that, when they are going to decreasing return to scale, they should stop their production. Clear? Now we are going to study what are the reasons behind the increasing return to scale. So we say increasing return to scale is arise as a result of economies of scale. What is economies of scale means? It gives some benefit to the organization. For example, here see, marketing economies, financial economies, technical economies, and organizational economies. Let's discuss one by one. Now think. Okay, so not only production means factory ke, you want to keep in like remember like this. Production means it is not only within the factory, it includes selling also. Okay, now you having a good marketing team. How is the marketing team is clever? So when you give something, they will definitely sell it to the customer. So such a training team එකට තව කෙනෙක් දානකොට that is a very good marketing team. If you put them into a product, that means a product එකක් හදලා ඒක sell කරන්න එයාලාව input විදිහට use කරනකොට you will have some benefit. Okay, as a result, if you put 5% of their effort, there will be more than 5% production. Clear නේ මෙහෙමයි. දැන් අර marketing team එක very efficient වෙනකොට their little effort will give more outcome. Clear? Likewise, financial economies. If the organization has the ability to obtain funds, then owners ලා හරි හොඳයි. Shareholders ලා හොඳයි. Or else they can easily get loans from the bank. So that gives more benefit to the organization. So then also they are getting benefit. Okay, then technical economies. Let's say only your organization is having a specific machine which can produce huge number of product within a short time. Then ඒක වැඩි කරනකොට තවත් production එක වැඩි වෙනවා. Clear? Okay, next one is organizational economies. Organizational economies means such as management, friendly management, skilled laborers, නැත්නම් අර training නැත්නම් අලුතෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න කැමති laborers ලා ඒ වගේ කට්ටිය එන්නකොට තවත් advantage. Clear? Okay, then we can say commonly for these four as internal economies. That means within the organization that those are happening. So these are internal economies of scale. Clear? So there are something called external economies of scale. So external economies means such as government regulations, then government මොකක් හරි grant එකක් දෙනවා, or else industry growth එකක්. නැත්නම් what are the industry you are working, there is a growth. නැත්නම් ඔයාලගේ industry එකට විතරක් බලපාන technological improvement, such thing. Clear? Sorry. So now we are going to talk about decreasing return to scale. So decreasing return to scale will be arise as a result of diseconomies of scale. So here we discuss some positive sides of these things. If there are anything drawbacks in this, so that is definitely known as diseconomies of scale. Clear? So that is more than enough. Okay, so that's all about the production theory. We studied about short run production, long run production, what is the theory associated with short run, what is the theory associated with the long run production, and we classified what are the product classification, that means what are the ways we can divide the product. So first we complete the production side. So now you should thoroughly understand this before I upload the next video lecture, because next is linked with the cost. Okay, as I said, we are going to have two parts. One is production, the other one is cost. Okay, so production will be related to the cost. Why? If you produce, there will be a cost. If you understand this part well, it is very easier to understand the cost part. Okay, so what you should do is thoroughly go through this subject. If you are having any doubt, please ask from me so that I can clear before I go to the cost part. If I go to the cost part, there are some calculations, and thereafter we are going to study different markets. Okay, so that part and this part is very basically based on these two section. So please go through and let me know any problems if you have.